7 scientifically proven isometric exercises you need to do before it's too late. For years, you can neglect movement, spend hours sitting without apparent consequences, and then, on a random day, you need to squat and you feel pain. You get out of bed and notice you had to make an extra effort. Your legs lose balance and show instability more frequently. And then you might think, but I didn't fall. I didn't injure myself. How strange. Believe me, it's not abnormal. It's simply your inertia collecting its price. Muscles that atrophied, joints that locked up, and tendons that lost resistance from lack of stimulus. That's why today you'll see 8 isometric exercises, validated by science, to shield your body while there's still time. Remember that the goal of this type of exercise isn't aesthetics or huge muscles, but rather to build a functional body that allows you to live with autonomy at any stage of life. The best part of isometric exercises is the ability to strengthen muscles without aggressing joints, like some popular traditional bodybuilding exercises. Stay attentive until the end, because we'll make clear the contraindications of each movement in case you have any specific condition. Before we begin, please tell us through the comments your name and the city where you're watching our content from. We'd love to know. Now let's get to the exercises that will transform your relationship with your own body. Exercise number 8, hollow body hold. The hollow body hold is a fundamental exercise that has its roots in artistic gymnastics, where elite athletes use it as a base for complex aerial movements. This exercise intensely works the rectus abdominis and transverse abdominis, creating a solid base of stability for the entire core. The benefits go far beyond aesthetic appearance. When you maintain this position, you're developing anti-extension strength of the spine, which means direct protection against lower back pain and injuries during daily activities, like carrying weight or rotating the trunk. Additionally, it drastically improves neuromuscular connection with the deep abdominal muscles, those that actually stabilize your spine. To execute correctly, lie on your back on the floor with arms extended above your head. Lift your shoulders and legs off the ground simultaneously, keeping the lower back pressed firmly against the floor. Your body should form an inverted C, with tension concentrated in the abdomen. The arms remain beside the ears completely extended, and the legs also stretched, forming an angle of approximately 45 degrees with the ground. The secret is maintaining this constant lower back pressure against the floor. This is what protects your spine and maximizes abdominal work. The main errors to avoid are letting the lower back arch and lose contact with the ground, which transfers tension to the lower back region and nullifies the exercise's purpose. Another common error is trying to maintain the position with legs too low from the start, which forces the lower back to detach from the floor. If it's too difficult, bend your knees or keep your arms beside your body instead of extended above your head. Start holding the position for 10 to 15 seconds, performing 3 to 4 sets with 1 minute of rest between them. As your strength increases, progress to 20, 30, and eventually 60 seconds of hold. This exercise is contraindicated for people with lumbar disc hernias or in acute phase of lower back pain, as intra-abdominal pressure can worsen the condition. Exercise number 7, Superman. The isometric Superman is an exercise that strengthens the entire posterior chain of the body, with emphasis on the spinal erectors, gluteus maximus, and posterior deltoids. Remember that the gluteus maximus is the largest muscle in the human body, and developing it brings not only aesthetic benefits, but also a significant increase in daily caloric expenditure and in the EPOC effect after training. This exercise is particularly valuable for people who spend long hours sitting, as it works exactly the muscles that become inactive and elongated during this period. The benefits include posture improvement, strengthening of the muscles that support the spine, and prevention of back pain related to muscular weakness. To execute correctly, lie face down on the floor with arms extended forward and legs straight. Simultaneously, lift your arms, chest, and legs off the ground, keeping only the abdomen and hips in contact with the floor. Your gaze should remain directed downward, keeping the neck aligned with the spine, avoiding cervical hyperextension that can cause unnecessary tension. Imagine you're trying to elongate your body in both directions, creating a line of tension from your fingertips to your toes. The main errors to avoid are rising too high and compromising the lower back with excessive compression. The movement should be controlled, without momentum, maintaining constant muscular contraction. Another common error is throwing your head back, which hyperextends the cervical and can cause discomfort. Hold the position for 15 to 30 seconds, performing 3 sets with 45 seconds of rest between them. As you progress, increase the hold time to 60 seconds. This exercise is contraindicated for people with lumbar hernias in acute phase or with history of serious injuries in the lower back region, as spine extension can worsen these conditions. Exercise number 6, bear position. The bear position may seem simple at first glance, but don't be fooled by the basic appearance. This exercise intensely works the core, shoulders, quadriceps, and hip flexors in an integrated way, challenging your coordination and overall stability. The benefits range from strengthening deep stabilizers to improving balance and proprioception, that ability of the body to situate itself in space. For those who practice calisthenics or functional training, this is an essential progression exercise for more advanced movements. To execute correctly, start in the quadruped position, with hands directly below shoulders and knees below hips. Now comes the crucial part. Lift your knees only 2 to 3 centimeters off the ground and maintain this position. The back should remain straight, without arching or rounding, and the neck in neutral position, looking at the floor between your hands. Weight should be distributed equally between hands and feet. You'll feel a tremor in the muscles, especially in the shoulders and core. This is normal and indicates that stabilizers are being adequately recruited. The main errors to avoid are raising the hips too high, transforming the exercise into a pyramid position that relieves core tension. Another common error is letting the lower back arch or round, losing spinal neutrality. Don't forget to breathe during the hold. Many people hold their breath, and this decreases execution time and can cause dizziness. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will make you progress with health in the long term in the bodybuilding world. Start maintaining the position for 20 seconds, performing 3 sets with 60 seconds of rest. Progress to 30, 40, and even 60 seconds as you gain strength. This exercise should be avoided by people with serious wrist problems, such as carpal tunnel syndrome or severe arthritis, as sustained weight can worsen the condition. Exercise number 5, wall squat. The wall squat is a classic isometric exercise that focuses on quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings without joint impact. This exercise is particularly valuable because it develops muscular endurance and strength at a specific angle that transfers directly to functional activities like sitting and rising from chairs, climbing stairs, and maintaining stability in precarious balance situations. The benefits include leg strengthening without joint overload, improvement of localized muscular endurance, and greater knee stability through strengthening of the vastus medialis obliques, that internal portion of the quadriceps that protects the joint. To execute correctly, lean your back completely against a wall and walk your feet forward until, when descending, your thighs are parallel to the ground, with knees forming a 90-degree angle. The ideal distance of feet in relation to the wall varies for each person, but generally stays between 60 and 70 centimeters. Keep weight concentrated on the heels, not on the toes, and the back fully supported on the wall. Arms can stay crossed on the chest or beside the body. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is that you can adjust intensity simply by modifying the knee angle, making it shallower to facilitate or deeper to increase the challenge. The main errors to avoid are letting knees surpass the line of the toes, which increases stress on the knee joint. Another common error is detaching the back from the wall, especially the lower back region, transferring tension to the spine. Start with 30 seconds of hold, performing 3 sets with 90 seconds of rest. As your strength increases, progress to 45, 60, and even 90 seconds. This exercise should be avoided by people with serious knee problems, such as severe chondromalacia patellae or unrehabbed ligament injuries, as the maintained position can worsen these conditions. Exercise number 4, isometric push-up. The isometric push-up intensely works the pectorals, triceps, anterior deltoids, and core in an integrated way. This exercise develops strength at the specific angles where you maintain it, being excellent for overcoming strength plateaus in traditional push-ups and for strengthening scapular stabilizers. The benefits include increased muscular endurance, improved core stability during pushing movements, and development of static strength that transfers to practically all upper body exercises. To execute correctly, position yourself in push-up position with hands at shoulder width and body forming a straight line from head to feet. You can maintain the position with arms fully extended, which emphasizes the shoulders more, or with arms flexed at 90 degrees, which increases tension in the pectorals and triceps. The core should be activated, with abdomen contracted and glutes tensed to maintain spinal neutrality. Don't let the hips rise, forming a pyramid, nor sink, creating excessive lumbar curvature. The elbows, when flexed, should point slightly backward, not completely to the sides, to protect the shoulders. The main errors to avoid are projecting the head forward, which causes unnecessary cervical tension, and allowing the hips to swing or fall, losing core activation. If the position is too challenging, modify by supporting your knees on the floor, still maintaining the straight line from knee to shoulders. Start holding the position for 15 to 20 seconds, performing 3 sets with 60 seconds of rest. Progress to 30, 40, and 50 seconds as you gain strength. This exercise is contraindicated for people with unrehabbed wrist injuries, rotator cuff tendonitis, or recurrent shoulder dislocation, as the sustained position can worsen these conditions. Exercise number 3, high plank isometric. The high plank isometric is a variation often neglected, but which offers unique benefits by strengthening the core, shoulders, chest, and especially the scapular stabilizers. This exercise creates a solid base for more advanced progressions and drastically improves shoulder stability, essential for preventing injuries in pushing and pulling movements. The benefits include strengthening of the serratus anterior, that muscle responsible for keeping the scapulae stabilized against the rib cage, core endurance development, and posture improvement through strengthening of muscles that support the thoracic spine. To execute correctly, position yourself with hands directly below shoulders and arms completely extended. The body should form a straight line from head to heels without breaks or curves. The key to this exercise is in conscious activation. Contract the abdomen, pulling the navel toward the spine, squeeze the glutes, and, crucially, push the floor with your hands as if you wanted to separate the scapulae from each other. This action of scapular protraction is what differentiates the high plank from a simple push-up hold. The main errors to avoid are letting the hips rise too much, transforming the exercise into a pyramid position that relieves core work, or allowing the hips to sink, creating excessive lumbar extension. Another common error is hyperextending the elbows, locking them completely, which transfers weight to the joints instead of the muscles. Keep the elbows with a microflexion, just enough to keep muscles engaged. Start with 20 to 30 seconds of hold, performing 3 sets with 60 seconds of rest. As you progress, increase to 40, 50, and 60 seconds. This exercise should be avoided by people with severe carpal tunnel syndrome or wrist arthritis, as sustained weight can cause pain or worsen the condition. Exercise number 2, isometric calf raise. The isometric calf raise works the gastrocnemius and soleus, the 2 main calf muscles. What many people don't know is that the calf is considered the body's second heart, as it assists in pumping blood back to the heart against gravity, an essential function for adequate blood circulation. The benefits of this exercise go beyond muscular strengthening, including improvement of balance and proprioception, fundamental for preventing falls, especially in older people, development of muscular endurance necessary for long walks and runs, and strengthening of ankle tendons and ligaments. Remember that the calf is composed predominantly of slow-twitch fibers, which is why it responds better to longer sets and prolonged time under tension. To execute correctly, stand with feet parallel at hip width. Raise your heels to the maximum, standing on your tiptoes, and maintain this position. To increase range of motion and maximize muscular activation, you can execute the exercise on the edge of a step, allowing heels to descend below the level of the toes before rising. Lean lightly on a wall or bar for balance if necessary, but avoid transferring too much weight to the support. The key is maintaining maximum elevation, feeling intense contraction in the calves. The main errors to avoid are letting the ankles roll outward or inward, losing neutral alignment that can cause injuries. Another common error is not raising heels to the maximum, limiting amplitude and reducing exercise effectiveness. To work all muscular portions, vary foot position between parallel, slightly open, and slightly closed in different sets. Start holding the position for 30 seconds, performing 3 sets with 45 seconds of rest. Progress to 45 seconds, 60 seconds, and eventually up to 90 seconds of hold. If you're not accustomed to calf exercises, be careful with cramps, especially in the first sessions. Stay well hydrated and consider supplementing with magnesium if cramps are frequent. Exercise number 1, dead hang. The dead hang is a suspension exercise that elongates the spine and simultaneously strengthens the forearms, grip strength, and shoulder stabilizers. This exercise has a unique benefit that few movements offer: decompression of vertebral discs. When you hang from the bar, gravity tractions your spine, creating space between vertebrae and allowing discs to rehydrate. For those who spend hours sitting with compressed spine, this is practically a natural remedy. Additionally, it develops an iron grip, essential for any pulling exercise and for daily activities like carrying heavy groceries. To execute correctly, hold a pull-up bar with pronated grip, meaning palms facing forward, slightly wider than shoulder width. With feet off the ground, maintain arms completely extended. Here comes a crucial detail. Your shoulders should be active, not completely relaxed and hanging. Imagine you're trying to pull the scapulae slightly down and back, creating a small tension in the shoulder muscles. This protects the glenohumeral joint from excessive stress. The rest of the body can relax, but grip and shoulders remain engaged. The main errors to avoid are letting shoulders completely loose, which can cause joint impact, and swinging the body, which transforms the exercise into a dynamic movement and reduces the benefits of spinal traction. If you have difficulty holding on to the bar for long, use straps to assist grip while you develop strength. Start with 15 to 20 seconds of suspension, performing 3 sets with 90 seconds of rest. As your grip strength increases, progress to 30, 40, and 60 seconds. This exercise is contraindicated for people with shoulder instability, history of dislocations, or unrehabbed rotator cuff injuries, as traction can worsen these conditions. If you usually follow exercise videos, you've probably noticed that creatine has been becoming quite popular. So if you want to understand the true effects of this supplement on your body after 50, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing better each of them. Don't fail to check it out. Thank you for watching until here, and may God bless you, my friend.